Hi, this is Rumfizari Get the Legal Bay, continuing on bridging the law and reality. And in this month of March, it's all about women, and we are continuing to shine a light on the important rights that women have. So today we want to talk about things that women are told are illegal, but they actually aren't. Rights that are taken away from women every day. And some typical examples from an African and a Zimbabwean context would involve number one, that women are not allowed to own property. That's the only property that women can own or inherit is things like their pots and pans in the kitchen. This is completely false and wrong. Our constitution guarantees equality of rights to men and women, including rights of ownership and even rights of inheritance upon the passing of a spouse or even a parent. There was a time, many moons ago, sadly, where women could not inherit, only a male heir could inherit. But I'm happy to say that the 2013 Constitution dashed away this grossly irregular and unfair provision. So now there is non discrimination on the basis of gender, on the basis of race. You cannot be discriminated even around your legitimacy or illegitimate birth. And actually, that term has been outlawed and cannot be used. Hakuna mwana wemsango. So that's an important right to know. So you can own property, you can purchase immovable property, you can purchase movable property and actually own it. And at law, you have this right. Secondly, there's a misnomer that women cannot initiate divorce. You can initiate a divorce if you feel that you are in a situation where there are irreconcilable differences, where you feel that the union has irretrievably broken down. And here there are two very interesting aspects. So we have our customary marriages. These are recognized in terms of our customs, where bride price, lobola, aurora is paid, and the marriage is solemnized by a traditional leader. Now you can get a marriage certificate. Now these marriages are quite topical because they can be polygamous. So there's a potential for that to happen. But each wife will have her own marriage certificate. So yes, even in that setting, you can initiate a divorce. Then we have our general law marriages. These are monogamous, one man, one wife. And yes, even in those instances, a woman can initiate divorce. Then lastly, women cannot inherit property. This is another misnomer that has since been corrected by our constitutional provisions. And so a woman can, at law, inherit her father's property. She can inherit her husband's property. Now, what may happen is if the spouse, in the case of a marriage, passes away without leaving a will, then this is dealt with intestate, meaning without a will. And the laws around this are quite simple. The surviving spouse has, let's call it, first dibs at the estate. She's entitled to the matrimonial home. This is the house that her and her husband were living in before the time of his death. And the reverse then is also true in the case of the spouse, the surviving spouse being a husband. And then the children or any other beneficiaries then can benefit from the residue of the estate. But the law has protected the widow. The law has protected the woman. And sometimes, relatives just come out of the woodwork as soon as a male spouse dies, trying to disinherit or disenfranchise a woman. But you have rights and you can actually go forward and inherit, and this is recognized as law. So these are some things that society tells women are illegal, but they're perfectly legal. Stay with me for more content like this as we continue to shine a light on women's rights throughout the month of March. Like, follow, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode.